There's nothing more frustrating, right? You pay all this money for this highly technical piece of equipment. Bing, bang, boom, red light's on.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Dads in Real Life. I'm your host, Travis Gilly, and my co-host, Rob. Welcome.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, you just got to get real nasally.
I was going to say, either you're recovering from a cold or it's just really good nasal sound.
I can't smell my own. I don't know where to go with that.
Yeah, just fill in the blank with that. Yep.
Hey, happy Thursday, everybody. If you're listening to this on the release day, that is, which exactly. I know so many fans do. It is a pleasure to hear the feedback from my closest of friends who listen in. Oh boy. Oh, here. Hey, shout out. Let's see. We shouted out Jeff the other day. Shout out to Chris.
Shout out Chris.
He's a big fan. Rob, you can tell him, hey, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening, Chris.
It has been a rainy day, rainy couple days. I thought that we were going to lose spring altogether, and it's still here, and it makes me happy.
It does.
How's it down there in SoCal?
It's been raining as well, but intermittently. So it's one of those things where you blink and it stops, and you blink and it starts. So we've been having that hot, humid spring transition weather. So it's conducive to jumping in puddles and drawing with chalk. Like those two things happen in the same day. So
ooh, it's a natural eraser, you know?
Yes.
Slate for the chalk world.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, today we are on a time crunch as per sometimes, and so
as per usual, yeah.
We're gonna kick it off. We're gonna give you there's some good stuff today. Okay, so the first thing, I didn't tell Rob about it, but I had a realization, and it's not that exciting.
That should be a whole segment. And now things I didn't tell Rob.
And now things
I didn't tell Rob. That was good. You'll get it back.
Okay. Okay. So shower thoughts with Travis today. Deb found a cricket the other day, or she thought it, and I just had this epiphany that ever since we've moved up to NorCal, there aren't really crickets up here where I'm at. I just realized, like, my whole childhood was like, finding a cricket in the house. It was super annoying, and then killing it. And there were like 25 outside, and sometimes they were going off, and you were like, "How'd you sleep?" I don't know. The crickets were so loud.
It's weird that you mention it too, because there's no crickets by us either. But I grew up with crickets. Yeah, and like we have to find it, or we can't move forward with our day. Right. So that's interesting.
Well, maybe they don't cross over the Orange County line.
Hey, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. So they respect county lines, everybody. So if you have problems, just move. So that's your little tip for the day from Travis.
Well, I'm going to raise my hand here because you're cutting in and out, and I don't want us to continue. It's just a little bit. Like at the end of like every third or fourth word, it's kind of cutting out. So see, we have to go back on all our episodes when this happens and then just chop it all together for like the Jeopardy interlude. How much time in the year of recording podcasts do we reset our mic? Right, it's got to be like an hour total.
Hello. Check.
It's cutting off at the top end. Maybe if you wiggle, do a 360, I don't know, light some incense, whatever works. Travis, I know you guys can't see this if you're listening to audio, but visually, he's doing the whole Nintendo cartridge trick, like literally trying to blow the cobwebs out of any connection point.
It's only right. And I mean, nope. Wow. Geez. Wow. Should I switch ports with this?
Maybe. Oh, I don't know, but it's literally happening more now. So I don't know what you did, but it's happening more often now. And it's, I'm going to go on a tangent as Travis goes through the toolbox of tools he has. But for Not I wouldn't say expensive, right? Expensive is perspective, but for all the technology that goes into a microphone, to have the issue be the connection from the microphone to your computer. I hopefully this is B-roll when Travis is doing right now, but there's nothing more frustrating, right? You pay all this money for this highly technical piece of equipment for it to be like the connection. That's all it is. It's the connection. So, and I don't know about Bluetooth versions for podcasts. I think a hard line still works best, but man, we got to figure out a better setup. You know what? That's going to be my homework this weekend. I'm going to look for a better connection point just for future, maybe Christmas. I don't know. Maybe my birthday we'll get a better connection. We'll start a GoFundMe for Travis and Robert. Better connection. That's what we'll call it. A better connection. Starring Travis and Robert. There you go. But yeah, I mean that's the one frustrating thing because I know his setup's pretty close to mine, where it's like everything's got its place, but we can't even touch the mic. Like if you touch the mic, you're risking a 90% failure rate as far as the connection. I liked how you like threw it around like a lasso for a little bit. Maybe that'll fix it. I think our whole episode should just be this.
What
You gotta.
do you think? Rick, all that.
I wish you could hear what I'm hearing because it's like I'm literally lip reading right now because it's as if we were techno battling. That's how it's coming up.
I'm on the Mac. Hold on.
That is clear, crystal clear.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, you pay so much money. I heard you. You pay so much money for the fancy stuff, and it's the port.
Hey, if you work for a mic company specifically suited for podcasts, hook a couple brothers up here, please.
I would just like to know what it is that is causing the wire to trip like it does.
You know what the funny thing I've played around with, and maybe this mic brought over the years, it's literally the connection point, right? So the shape of it is kind of like that weird hexagon shape. If any of that is dented and it's not making like a clean contact point, I've noticed in the past it doesn't work. But I don't know why. We got to go to YouTube University or Google this to figure out better connections. So now you are disconnected.
Yeah, it went away again. I had it and then it disappeared. Wait, is it good now?
So far, so good.
So
don't touch
so
anything.
Good. I can't touch the.
Don't
I'm on.
Don't move.
I won't touch the mic. I won't touch the
Yeah,
mouse.
don't touch the table.
I need my phone. I need my.
Don't touch your phone.
I'm just gonna grab it real quick. I'm just gonna.
Man, he's cutting off again. It was the phone. It's seriously cutting off again. I can't hear you at all. It was the phone. Maybe your phone has some kind of weird radio wave Wi-Fi magnetic field thing going on because it was okay. And then you took the phone. Oh, he's throwing his phone and it's done. Maybe it's something about Apple products competing within a certain distance. You can't have more than one Apple product close by or they kind of fight to the death. Okay, I'm going to put you back in.
What the?
It's weird because when you're like low monotone, you're fine. As soon as you start to yeah, and then it just like it's okay.
Right,
it sounds okay. No, you're good. We'll make it work.
No, we're gonna do this.
We get rid of the
yes
stuff.
You see, we need to do like an AI video of you just like throwing it behind you and it just crashing into the TV. Everything breaks. Yes, there's the cover right there.
Just eating it.
Just eat it.
Just AI would make me eat it. All right, I'll leave it here because then it'll be like, oh, look, he's so fancy with this mic that doesn't work, but we don't know that.
I wonder how many podcasts do that in the beginning too. It's like, we can't figure this out, but I got it on eBay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and you got to deal with the not so nice. You probably can't even tell the difference. So
that's so true. We can tell. I'm laughing because it's so true, right? When I'm listening to a podcast, I'm sure they all went through iterations of like technology, but I can't tell the difference because I'm listening for the content. I'm not like, wait a minute, there's a slight echo. Like, I'm not listening for that. So, but that's me.
Yeah. So yeah, who needs stuff, you know?
Fancy stuff. It's just something
Okay.
that's gonna break. Okay.
So after all of that, guys, I feel like we owe you something fun. So here's the snack for
Let's do
today.
fun. I
You
love the
ready?
snacks. Yes.
What is a dad podcast without a story of getting hit in the nuts?
Oh, hold
Okay.
on. I love the snacks. But I got a guest here because I set up right next to the door. So literally right next to the door. And as we're talking, I hear the lock like unlock. And so just really quickly. Did you see the hat? Look at the hat. That was like the fact that she tried not to get on camera. That's hilarious.
Oh, wow.
I can't hear you laughing, Travis, but I know you are.
Yeah, I am laughing.
The weird thing is you're not muted, but I can't hear you.
You can hear me?
Is it me?
You can't hear me?
Oh, a disconnect. That's why it is me. You're
Disconnected
good.
Your mic or your headphones.
It's sometimes right. It presets to have input and output here. I'm like, okay, we're back.
About getting hit in the nuts. That's where we were at.
Whammo. Yes. Okay.
Hey, if you're a dad, it's guaranteed you've been punched in the nuts or something. We have a lot of years under our belts, and so collectively, I figured, it's a safe bet that it's happened, and that happened to me recently. But I feel like the kid ones are inevitable, right? Like I was just walking.
A majority one are kid ones. A majority of mine are kid ones. So
my 2-year-old's just like right at the right height, so she was just like swinging her arms around.
That's what it is.
Like, whoa, bah, right in the like I'm like, oh. So that has happened a few times. The other one, here's another like standard one that happens all the time too. Right now, she sits in the Costco cart. It's Costco, specifically Costco. The Costco carts are a little bit bigger. She sits in the basket and she kicks her legs back and forth.
Yep.
And
it's prime spot right there.
Every time. Right. Just it's I haven't learned my lesson.
And you wonder why the dads walk like hunched over on those carts. That is the reason why. That's the reason why.
That's what it is. I can totally see it. They're like
why are you like hunched over? Yeah, like you're kind of hugging your kid and the hips are way back. It's because once you get punted a couple times, you're like, maybe I need to change positions.
That's right. So. Mystery solved.
Mystery solved.
Every time when you guys go back to Costco, take a look.
Just look around. Just look around.
You'll be like, hey.
It's not because his lower back hurts. I'll tell you that much.
Hey, just go up and whisper to him, hey, how are your nuts?
Yeah.
So the worst one as of, I don't know, I would say probably the last 5 years, I could say. I did to myself.
That's awesome.
I was playing racquetball. And if you guys
nice.
Okay. I'm as of late, I've been playing like twice a week. And you hit the ball up against a wall and you're in a cube. So it bounces off of every wall everywhere. And you just can't let it bounce more than once. So boom, 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 boom. It's flying everywhere. And I go up and like it just like it was right there for the taking. I see the bounce and I'm like, I am gonna smash this thing up against the wall
so hard.
They're not gonna be able to react. It's gonna be like a lightning bolt. And I'm like, whoa, bah! It shoots straight off the wall.
Oh my goodness, straight back at you.
And I jump. So I jump up
to try to dodge it.
No, go underneath my legs, and I spread my legs, and it hits both of them square on.
You literally create a big target for the ball. I gotcha.
And I went down, and I was down. I was down for so long. Everybody took a break. They were laughing.
Everyone went for water. Retied their shoes.
Yeah,
Travis is gonna be there for a minute, so
we're gonna give him some time. I was like, "Oh, be okay.
Go on without me. Save yourselves."
Yeah. So
someone get Travis an ice pack. So
that was that took like the whole day to recover.
Nice.
So
nice. My most recent one. Now the toddler age, like that's a dime a dozen. It happened all the time because they're the perfect height. Like, hey, dad, the tap is not a tap. And you're like paying attention to another kid, and you kind of drop a knee. You're like, for a second. Or you're playing pass with one kid, the other kid wants to play, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But recently it was actually more jiu-jitsu based. So I was trying to help out someone who's brand new do what we would call kind of like a knee cut pass when you're going through the middle of the legs. But
Yeah.
predominantly, as a show of courtesy, like you would tip the hips over to one side and you actually go more like over the thigh, like inner thigh, like not right down
Uh-huh.
the middle.
Yeah.
But it's a common fault that a lot of beginners have. They see that and they're like, oh, I just go straight down the middle. And this gentleman went straight down the middle, and I had to call timeout, timeout, timeout. I need to go collect myself, and I will be back.
Your gates are
And
open.
yeah, exactly. And so it's never on purpose, but it's like one of those things where you're like, wait, and then it's too late. So
Oh,
it's a good coaching cue for me though. Like when that happens, it's like, so when I'm teaching classes and stuff like that, I'm like, hey, before we go into this, I'm going to grab like Travis's knees and we're both going to roll to the same side so that when I do it, we're not talking about this later. Right. So yeah, I
not
think that
talking
was
about
about
this on
two
the
weeks ago.
podcast. By the way, have you heard of it?
No, by the way, you know who you are if you're listening. Just
Yay!
saying. Yeah. So that was
That's
the recent non-kid one. And funny enough, that scenario comes up more often than not. So,
yeah, yeah. I imagine that is. I mean, that's inevitable when you're
oh yeah,
grappling. You know.
it's going to happen. It's just when will it happen, and how
Yeah.
quickly can you respond to like tucking and shifting so that it doesn't hurt too much, right? It's like
Yeah.
there's like as I think as a dad with toddlers, as you're coming up, you get really good at like spider senses.
Evading.
You could feel the kid's leg rock back. And as it rock forwards, like a squid or an octopus, you're like, whoo, and you just like a lobster tail, just like fly backwards. So I think not only Olympic lifting, I think having kids has increased my reaction time for sure. So
I just,
yeah,
I just thinking
literally.
of your spidey senses.
You
Just
like literally you just
sucking
feel
it
it.
in.
You know when they're close. Whoa. You get really good at tucking back, like hips
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So not to say that one or two kicks get through, they always do, but you start to become more and more aware. And the
Yeah.
funny thing is, as my kids have gotten older, you don't stop doing the setup. So when we're still on the cart, I still hit hips back, but there's no kid in the cart. Right. So
Yeah.
it's like one of those things that kind of get ingrained in you after a while. So
Yeah. Messes with your posture.
oh,
Yeah.
it does. Yeah. That's what I tell my chiropractor. It's like, oh, I'm very defensive this season of my life.
I'm very sensitive. Oh man. That's great. I love that. Oh man. Well, hey, I mean sometimes the snacks taste better than the main course, but we're gonna give it a shot, huh?
Okay. That was
Um
good.
for the next little bit here,
Hmm.
are you feeling like you're leaning towards one or the other?
I'm open to
What
both
you
because I forgot what the other is at this point, but I'm good at talking anything.
Okay. All right. Let's
Whatever
focus
you
on it
feel
because
like, Travis.
it's
Whatever you
it's
feel like.
it's spunky. I think this one
Okay.
could be I think it could be a little spunky. So,
Especially with our snack topic. You need something that's not too far off from our snack topic. So,
yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You can't go like eating soup and ice cream at the same
Yeah.
time, you know?
Continuity there. Yes. I
Yeah.
appreciate that, sir.
Okay. So, let me tell you a story.
Mm,
We go to this town center
mm,
and there's an open space, right? Where all the kids kind of run around usually. Like it's a great spot for the kiddos. There's like some fountains they can watch and
mm.
it's nice. So we are out for a walk and we're getting our wiggles out before we head home for bedtime and the kids are playing and we're sitting just watching them on the steps there. It's like a little bit like an amphitheater kind of
Mhm.
up like a little bit and we see a lot of other kids playing. And after a while, you're kind of looking around like, am I the only adult here? I mean,
Yeah.
where okay. So they're fine. Like this is not one of those stories where you're like, it can get bad, right?
Yeah, yeah.
When you're hanging out with your kids and there are other kids around and you're like, excuse me, Like we about to have problems.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like that necessarily. But we're just like, where are these kids' parents? And then like one
Where
of the
are the
threw
parents?
some trash into the water, and I was like, oh,
Mm,
and I'm like, no, you don't, we don't,
we don't do that? Yeah.
nothing. So eventually we find out that the parents are eating dinner it like at a restaurant, like nearby.
Yeah, like 20 minutes away, right? Like, oh my
And
goodness, where are they?
and so they just sent the kids out. They're like, go play. And they have their dinner. Now, part of me is like, hey, mad respect. You got a system and you're just enjoying your dinner.
And
That's
it
nice.
works. Mhm.
But guess what? It actually doesn't work. That's the problem. So the question of the day is, how far do you let your kids roam when you're in public?
Ah, gotcha, the
And
public leash.
yeah. It depends on
Yeah.
the age, right? We know this. So
Yes, I also think it depends on the personality as well,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, is your kid a runner, quote unquote, right? Or they feel a little bit better being close to your hip. So I think that depends too.
Yeah, yeah. And so obviously, and then there's a cutoff, right? Like
Mhm, mhm,
eventually your kids can go out into public. And this could be a broader conversation
mhm.
for later because we probably can't dive into it today. But for the sake of the younger half of
Gotcha.
the kids out there, um, yeah, what does that look like for you, Rob?
Yeah, so personality types differ. Our oldest, when they were of that age, and we're talking like they're walking, but they're a little bit more faster, right? This is a season of life where you're putting like locks or gates up at the house, so to speak, or even to like 6, 7 year old, where you still should be watching over them, but they can talk fine and get about. So our oldest one was a little bit of a runner. And so whenever, let's say, going out to dinner scenario, right? So it's very different. And I like that scenario that you brought up. So with her, we would first off accept that we're going to have cold food because we're not going to eat hot food there. Secondly, it would be a changing of the guards. So one parent would eat, the other parent would have to watch the kid, right? So if it was in the restaurant, that's one thing. But if they're being rowdy, like we want to be respectful for, hey, this might be the only date night this family has or getting out. So we would go outside. And if outside had a fountain, great. If there was just a yard, or maybe sometimes it was just in the car, like, hey, we have a minivan, go crazy in the back, go for it. And when mom's done with dinner, I'll get mine to go. Right. So that's like an extreme. That's like our oldest was a runner, so to speak. But now our second and third, where they were of age, maybe they saw their siblings kind of sit still. So they were better at it. But if we're out in public, dinner or at the mall and stuff like that, um, I don't know if it's posture or kind of the hierarchy of us walking, but either one parent's going to be in front, one parent's going to be in back. And the space in between is kind of dictated by what the kids want to see. So it's not like we're doing like a breach of a home and all real close and we have to check our corners and stuff like that. It's more like, hey, mom knows where the store that the girls want to go to. So she'll take lead and the kids will just walk. They can either walk holding our hands, walk holding each other hands, or just walk at their own pace. And dad's batting cleanup where I'm just behind, making sure that I can see all the chickadees as far as they're walking out. Now our oldest one, like we feel comfortable with her, like, hey, can I stop by the candle store, like 3 stores down while you're here doing like uh, what's the slime store with the youngest? Yeah, sure, go for it. You have your phone on you. If you need me, go ahead and give me a text or something like that. So I think the older they get, and if they've earned that kind of trust, and there's a mutual understanding on the whys for the distance, like it's not because I don't trust you. Is like there's a lot of people here I don't know, right? So it's not you per se, and so I want to get to a point where if you need anything, I can help out. And in that middle gap, before they get to that age, one of the things that we say a lot coming out of the 6, 7 year olds, getting into the 8, 9, 10 is like, hey, if I can see you, you can see me. If you can't see me, I can't see you. So not that it's an emergency, but if you need anything or if you want to get something, I'm not there. I can't help out. So make sure that you're within that distance. So if you need something, you can do like hand signals or something and I'll come over. So I know growing up, it was way different. It was one of those things where your parents went to the mall and you don't know where your parents are and your name gets called on the intercom. Hi, the parent of Rob, can you please meet us at the arcade and pick up your child because you left them there? Right. So, as far as our family, it's not an explicit, like, okay, 20 steps. It's just almost came naturally. Like, hey, if I can't see you, you can't see us, kind of an ordeal. So, would you ever see us eating dinner and having like our 5-year-old old by the fountain by themselves? Probably not. Right. One of us would probably be out. Now, we won't be right next to them. We might be like at a public chair and then have them run around where we can see them, they can see us. But very rarely at that age would it literally be hands off. And I've been in the same scenario as you, where you're at a park and you're playing, and like our youngest would come up, it's like, hey, can I play with so and so? And like, yeah, let me just wait. Where's so and so's parent? Right? And so then instead of being playing, it's like, where's your parent? Let's look for your parent because one of you is lost. I don't know if it's your parent. I don't know if it's you. Right?
Yeah,
So.
yeah. And we're in the same boat. So I mean, I knew that was probably going to be the case, but
Mhm.
I'm interested to know what the thought process is
Mhm.
on the other side of that coin.
Yeah.
Feels it feels lazy, irresponsible.
Mhm.
I get it. I get we've all been there. Like I'm just trying to survive today, and
So if
I
we take that perspective, right? If we take that perspective as far as having empathy to that person, I
yeah,
don't think any parent deliberately is like dropping your 5-year off there and then taking off for an hour. Like I think a lot of times, if I could guess, right? If I could put my feet in their shoes, it's like maybe you're exhausted. It's the end of a really long week. And we know willpower starts to diminish fairly quickly. And it might be one of those things where, and I see this, I'm sure you see this too, where like the kids are playing well and the parents there and they're looking up, the kids playing well, and they break their phone out and then they're on their phone, right? Because they just need some kind of escapism or disconnect because they're exhausted. And maybe
yeah,
that turns into, I'm just going to step away for a moment. But that moment turns into 20 minutes, right? So it's one of those things where you kind of snap them out of it to bring them back. And they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I got carried away versus like, I'm going to be negligent and just drop my kid off at the park and leave. So I can empathize. I have to assume that it's just exhaustion because I don't believe like there's like initially, I don't think anyone wants to be a bad parent. I don't think they set out to like make all these mistakes, but I know we have different abilities to handle stress and different abilities to handle fatigue. And sometimes they compound to the point where from the outside, it might look like that. Like, man, this parent's just like totally checked out, but not knowing that, hey, I'm just trying to tread water. Like, I'm exhausted. And the park's one of those things where I know like there's only one entry, is one exit. So maybe I can turn off just for a split second. So that's at least what I hope it is.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I appreciate us trying to do the empathizing as a practice because it's so easy to make a quick snap judgment these days on
Mm,
what something looks like, and to not know these people, I think, is it, that's what's more prevalent, right?
mhm, mhm,
It's what's this? That's wrong, or that's ridiculous, and so shame on you, you know.
mhm,
But I don't think we spend very much time leaning in trying to understand where somebody might be. And
mhm.
so, um, yeah, yeah,
Just like our driving episode when people cut you off, right?
yeah,
Same kind of
yep,
scenario. Yep.
yep. Now, shout out to the 5% or the 2% of people who are actually horrible. Okay, okay.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. I'm
So,
with you on I gotcha.
yeah, they still
Yeah.
exist,
Oh, yeah. No,
but I think
I have
they're far
yeah.
fewer than we would imagine, you
Yeah,
know?
I can have empathy for the majority and, I'm gonna lean in towards forgiveness and grace. But yeah, there are a couple that you're like, man, child services on speed dial? Maybe? I don't know.
Like,
Yeah.
get it together.
Yeah. How can
But,
I help you?
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
better to show 10 people grace and one of them doesn't deserve it or whatever. Well, none of us deserve it. What am I talking about, right?
Yeah.
But rather than the opposite of like, everybody's
Yeah.
unhinged,
Uh, yeah,
right?
exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Man. Okay, so that's a challenge for us dads this week is the next time you're sitting there judging somebody, going, man, what
Just
is
take
take a breath.
what is going on? Take a breath, take a moment, and try to realize at a point in time where you felt like that. Like, because we were all there, be it your firstborn, all nighters, like can't making decisions. Like, oh my goodness, where's the kid? The kid's still in the car seat in the garage because you pulled up parked, right? Like, you hear stories about that online. And so it's like, okay, let's have a little grace, right? The parents on their phone, yeah, this is probably the only time they get to take a moment, right? Where they feel safe enough in a park with other parents. Not that they're going to lean on other parents, but I hope that they understand that, hey, we all kind of watch each other's kids. We're all parents here. I want to make sure everyone's safe. Something like that happened recently at a practice where I was like counting heads. I was like, hey, one of the girls isn't here, but she was a second ago, right? And so I'm counting my 10 Mississippis in my head, like, okay, someone should go check after her. So you talk to another parent, reach over to another mom, like, hey, can you go check the girl's bathroom just to make sure if she's in there, if she needs any help? And then I started to walk outside and we found her. She was just exhausted, needed some air. But I'd rather that be the reason than all the parents being checked out, like, oh, that's not my kid. I'm not going to worry about it. So
Yeah. Collectively, I mean, I always think about that. That's a really good point. Are most dads like this? I would love to hope that most dads are just as you mentioned. Like
I would hope so.
when I see a kid anywhere,
Yeah.
um, and it doesn't seem like something's right, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
treat it like my own kid. Like
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep an eye out. I
Mm-hmm.
would well, and here's an example. Oh boy.
I've got an
Here's
example too. After yours, I got one.
Let me tell you, this combines both of the things that we've been talking about because it was me. Um, we thought, hey, let's let the kids, we're going to go gather up with some of the cousins,
Mm-hmm.
go out for like a bike ride, a scooter ride, um, out at this big, like kind of like nature walk slash like park and everything else. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like a lot of, and there's a lot of businesses around too. It's just like a big space connected by different like trails and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so we went out and it was in the afternoon and I was like pretty tired and um going with the flow. I know it's going to be fun, but also like there's a lot now. Okay, now we got a lot of kids here, less adults than kids.
Mm.
And the older cousins are fast, so they start busting out. And my kids are also getting to the point where they can be fast. And so the two older kids, 6 and 4 years old, right,
Mm-hmm.
go shoo, flying. And I'm like having a conversation with my in-laws, and I like for like 30 seconds, and
Split second.
I'm like, they're like gone. And then I
Mm.
see like we see off in the distance, like they're rounding the corner, like to go like way further out. And I
Disappear. Yep.
barely hear me at this point. So I'm like yelling. I'm like, hey, stop,
Mhm.
stop out there. Like, cause I'm thinking like, now we gotta catch up. But they're antsy, right? So they
Mhm.
see, okay, cool. So we're slowing down a little bit. And eventually, like we get a little bit closer and then they bust out again. And then I find myself, right?
Mhm.
I'm not on my A game. I'm not on my toes. I'm water skiing back here. I'm on my heels.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm responding to everything reactively.
You're just reacting. Yep.
And so I'm like, dang, I want to have this conversation with the adults here. And this is the chance to let them play. And part of me is like, maybe I just need to loosen up a little bit.
Mm.
But
Mhm.
I'm also like getting irritated. And I didn't take control of that situation. Right. I kind of was just like, I'm tired. Right. So
Mm.
um they get ahead again. We get to this point where they stop at a stop sign because there's like this one part of the trail that goes across like a neighborhood street.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, okay, wait up there. They were waiting for a minute. I go back to talking for a second, and then I look back and they're gone again. They cross the street. And so it's like the older cousin, like, so my other in-laws were like, oh, that's fine. Like the older ones are smart. Like they look.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but that's not what I want right
That's
now.
not what I see. Yeah.
Dad, like this is not, I don't, it doesn't matter. it's different when you're taking care of a younger kid, you know. And
Yeah.
I'm not blaming like the olders either. They're doing their thing. Like they're not
Mhm.
parents. They're not the parent. I'm the
They're
parent.
6. They're 6.
Yep.
So,
Yep. So I'm tired and then I'm distracted and then they're gone again. And now I'm like, now I'm upset.
mhm.
And I'm not, and part of me is like, I don't want to be upset. We're supposed to be having fun here. Everybody else is relaxed. And I'm the only one that's all worked up. Well, I'm like, okay, fine, fine, fine.
Just
And they
drop
go,
it.
and just drop it. And they go ahead again. And we get up, like we crest this hill and it gets to like these soccer fields.
Mhm.
And there's a bunch of people that play and hang out in this space, right? So there's a lot of people. And I'm looking again and I don't see them. I'm just looking around, you know, one Mississippi, two Mississippi. I'm not seeing any of them. And then I spot like the like one of them. I spot my daughter
Mhm.
and the 4-year-old, and she's like out of yelling distance, like way over there. And I lock in, and she's standing there, and somebody's like an adult is sitting on a park bench talking to her, and
Mhm.
immediately I'm like, Travis, you idiot! Like, what are you? Why didn't you? Like inside, I'm just like
Yeah.
berating myself. Like, what is what? Why? Who is she talking to? What's going on?
Mhm.
And I'm like laser focused in. And then I realized
Breaking out in a sprint to
none
get
of the
there. Yeah.
none of the other kids are there.
Yeah.
It's just her. And
It's
I'm like,
just her.
where are the rest of them? And so then I see, like, I can tell from the distance, like, it looks like she's following. So the adult gets up and starts going, and she starts following. And Deb's like, hey, you should go see what. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going. And so I start running over because I'm like, what's happening? And then
Yeah.
as I'm getting closer running, I see she's crying.
Mm.
And then I get up closer and it's a mom who was like, where are your parents?
Mhm.
And so that parent was acting just as you would hope, right? That I is
Yeah.
exactly as I would be if I saw a kid that was lost is, hey, let's find your parents and like we're gonna not leave you. It's okay.
Mhm.
Like everything's gonna be okay. But as a parent, also you're not trusting anybody else.
Mhm.
Right. So she
A
brought her
and
back.
that might be a tangent, maybe not for today, but, like, what do you tell your kids in those instances? Like, do they know a protocol? Like, what if they do get lost, right? So, just a quick,
Yes.
little
Yes.
little
We gotta
hack.
pin that.
Yeah, pin that there.
Um,
But continue. Yeah, so you're approaching them, you find out that the mom was just trying to help her out.
Yep, yep. So I'm like, "Thank you," and then she's like, "Yeah," and then she leaves, but I'm still flustered, and so I'm sitting
Mm.
here going, like, "Well, I was just the parent that was nowhere in sight that just let my kid, like, flutter off." Then I'm also so it was like it was just a multifaceted set of issues where I
Yes,
was
lots of
tired, I
feelings.
dropped the ball, the kids left the youngest one, and so then I
Mhm.
had to have a conversation with them saying, "You don't leave anybody. That's not okay."
Let
But
alone the
also, they're
youngest
not my
person in the
kids.
crew.
They're not
Yeah.
my kids. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, how do you
just cool
discipline or
down,
bring
cool
something up?
down.
Yep. Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was just that was a cluster. But
Mhm,
also it goes to show like anybody's vulnerable to
mhm.
not being where they're supposed to be.
It
Like
it
I just
happens
did
to
it,
all of us.
I should have reined that in way sooner.
Mhm,
But at the same time, it was a teaching point for some,
mhm.
for myself, and dodged a bullet, I guess. Like in the
There you
sense
go.
of like, oh, okay, we're not in like a dangerous part of town or anything,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But you always go there, and
Yeah, it's funny how we always go to, like, worst case scenarios, right? Where it's like, "Who are you talking to?" Just another mom trying to help out." Like, "Oh, okay."
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, you said you had a story.
Yeah, so I have the other side of that, sort of, I guess.
Yes.
So, it's just a story of what we're talking about of, like, kids being left alone and us kinda having that, you know, father spidey senses where, like, okay, we should step in to help. Like, you could tell that this person needs help. So we were in Florida one year, family trip, and we're out at one of the big, like, stores. It wasn't a mall, but it was like 50,000 square foot super Target, one of those stores. And
Yeah.
I think we were grabbing like groceries and water because we like rented a place to stay, and we're walking around. And unbeknownst to me, right? Because I got the three girls. I think mom's doing some of the main shopping, and we're just kind of like in the toy section or something like that, just to buy some time. But it's huge. As in, like, if I look over some of the clothes, I don't wear glasses that often, but I can't see the other side of the store. Like, it's like that big. And so we're walking around and stuff like that. And then our middle one, she comes up to me. She's like, Dad, I think that girl's lost. And I'm like, who are you talking to? There's so many people here. She's like, there's this girl that's been following us for the last 5 minutes, like within proximity, but not like within like our little huddle group. I was like, oh, that's weird. Cause I'm bringing up the caboose, right? The oldest is in front with her sisters. I'm
Yeah,
sleeping on the
yeah,
caboose, but
yeah,
I
yeah.
did not, but this didn't pick up on my radar. And then we're staying still for a second, and I can see her kind of look at us and then look away. And so I told her like, hey, we should probably ask if she needs any help. But I also know, as as welcoming as this face is in a public setting like that, when you are stressed, I may not be the first person that any kid wants to talk to. So I remember telling her, I was like, hey, how about you take the youngest, go approach her and just ask her like, hey, do you need any help? And so she did. And this was probably like 30 feet from me, so I could still see her. She went over, and you could tell the girl like not lit up as in like enjoy, but lit up like I need help. Like, this is an emergency. And
Yeah.
so she kind of waved me over, saying like, it's okay, you can come over. And
Yeah,
so
yeah,
me,
yeah.
me and the oldest walk over, and then we asked her names, like, hey, do you know your dad's name or your mom's name? And she's like, yeah. I was like, do you see them? She's like, I don't see them in the store. Like, I've walked around. And then was like, do you know anyone's number? And she's like, yeah. I was like, here, you can take my phone. I'm going to put it on speaker, right? And I just want you to dial the number. And so we did that. Dad's voice came on, and she started like crying, like, I needed something. And then I was like, hey, can I just let you know what section of the store we're in? Because it's like that big. And then we just waited. And it was literally like 10 minutes. That's how long it
Holy
takes to
cow,
walk
that's
around
so
this way.
cute.
Yeah, before dad
Yeah.
came over. Thank you so much. But it was one of those learning moments where like I also want my kids to have that sense of like, hey, someone's not comfortable, and to understand what potentially could be the why. And if we could help, then we should help. Right. And so, like, as a parent, that was a scenario where, like, hey, I've got little kids. I would hope if one of them was lost, another group or another family would step in to be like, hey, can we help out? And so, long story short, it was like a 20-minute ordeal. She found her dad. Dad wanted to like buy us like Gatorade and stuff. It's like, no, we're good. We're still shopping. I got to find my wife now. Like, it's one of those things.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a good experience for the girls to take lead versus like my dad will fix it or my mom will fix it. It's like, no, you guys can help too, even at your age, because you guys can be calm in this situation, and that dad's or mom is right here. And then you could problem solve with her. And I think that actually helped it because she was way calmer when I walked over, knowing that the girls approached her first.
Yeah, that is a well, and that was great. You were actually inviting, like, well, not a brownie points to her because she
Hmm.
recognized it too, right?
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Invite her into that and to allow her to them to help with that was,
Hmm.
I mean, not only perfectly appropriate for the situation, but also a great learning experience
Hmm.
is awesome. Um, what a you don't get you just capitalized on that. So
Yeah.
that's great. Yeah. And so yeah, I wish there was a poll for this type of thing where you could do this, but you can't, obviously, right? But like in my mind, like since becoming, well, I always thought this when I was younger, um, but I've been in a lot of jobs where you're supervising kids and
Hmm.
making sure everybody's safe and whatnot, and I've always thought in my head like if anything bad happened, like I'm jumping in front, like I'm
Hmm. Hmm.
gonna be there for that. And then since becoming a dad, like there's come hell or high water, like you will
Oh,
be
there's no question.
in
There's
between. Like
no
there
question.
is no
Yeah.
hesitation.
Hmm.
But also, like I feel like I'm also aware of every situation in the sense of like it doesn't matter if it's my kid or not.
Exactly.
If
Hmm.
if there's a child somewhere that is in danger, like I'm gonna
We're
be
stepping in.
there,
Hmm.
right? So shout out to all the dads ready to go. Um,
Yes.
and we're a unit. We're in
Yeah.
this together.
And I
So
think it's something you grow into once you become a dad. right? I think you see it when you're kind of single and maybe you have friends who have kids and you kind of watch over your nephew like it's your nephew, but not yours, so to speak. But I
Yeah.
think once you become a parent, then all the kids within the proximity become your responsibility. And you take that with a badge of honor. You're like, no, because I hope someone on the other side would do the exact same thing.
Yep. So, man, Rob,
That was
we're
a good
not
one today, man.
professionals.
We're not gurus.
We're
Just two dads
in
in
real
real
life.
life.
Hey everyone,
Thanks again for joining us.
we started Dads in Real Life simply as an excuse to hang out,
That quickly evolved into a desire to bring parents
especially dads.
together in community through sharing stories, experience, laughs, and more.
We also wanted a podcast you could listen to and enjoy at any point in your day.
Even when the kids are in the car.
Want to take us on your next road trip?
You can find us on Spotify and iTunes as well.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to get this show in front of more parents like yourself.
Until next time.
We'll see you in real life.